He's laughing all the way to the bank. But in my opinion, you got to be ashamed of yourself because you're putting out garbage product. Like, really. Hey everybody, welcome back to this old trike. This is going to be a little bit different video. I guess let me tell you what happened. A guy shared a link to a recent auction, a Mecum auction that they just had down in Florida, and he shared with me a sold auction post for an 86 350X that went for $16,500. Now, I don't know exactly how Mecum's fees work. I tried to Google it, and I'm still confused if the seller pays the fee, if the buyer pays the fee, if they're both paying the fee, but it sounds like it's anywhere from 10 to 12%. So there's some unknowns there. But what I want to do right now is walk through the Mecum website for this auction that he just had in Florida. And I think there's still some stuff yet to sell, but just want to go over some of the lots that have sold and talk about whether that's a good price or a bad price, or surprisingly low, surprisingly high, and we'll just go through them one by one. So I'm gonna start recording on my son's computer here. He has helped me out doing this. Okay, so we are recording on the website. I'm going to go to the Mecum website. I've already been clicking around. So starting what we got here, this is Wednesday, the motorcycle lot. So I'm not going to talk about anything that I don't know about. So I don't know about Triumphs. I really don't know values on Z50s. That's a 75. I think I had a 75 or 74 at one point. I don't follow those values, so I don't know. But we get down here, lot D19, 83, ATC 70 sold for $2,200. It's a nice little guy. All right, what do I see here? So non-original tires, definitely got some use on it. Those tank decals are not OEM. It's the correct correct front fender. They don't have the raised ridges like the 85. Somebody's got a Pro Taper dash pad on the handlebars. The grips are wrong. But respectable unit. Is $2,200 a fair price? Oh, $1,925. I must have been looking at the wrong price. Is $1,925 a fair price on this? That's more than I would pay. But it's not insane, but it's a little high. Okay, so we're still on Wednesday. These little chrome 86 Z50s, Christmas specials, they're cool. I'd love to find one for a third of that price, but I think those days are gone. That was 5-6 years ago you could do that. So that was everything that was on Wednesday. Thursday had a lonely little Yamaha Majesty. No, thank you. Okay, had some action Friday. So let's look at this. A 1973 ATC 70, 3,300. This is actually, I'm surprised at this, that this went that cheap. Now, obviously, those rims are not factory. This looks like it's been fully gone through. Is it a, all correct restoration? Probably not. Full screen. Well, Bennett told me how to do this full screen. I forget what he told me to do. We're not going to worry about it. So obviously this thing's super clean, freshly redone. Not bad. Very respectable. Is $3,300 a good price on that? Yeah, especially at an auction. I'm surprised to see this sell so cheap. Extensive nut and bolt restoration. That's it. Whoever bought that did good. We'll say that. So then compare that. Look, we got an 85 right next to it. Sold for $6,050. Now, I'll tell you right now, that's a lot of money for this. Especially considering it's not original. These fenders appear to be Meyer. The tank is metal. Now look at that gas cap. That is a little pancake cap. That is the wrong year gas tank. That is not an 85 gas tank. That seat, like that 70 looks small. It should be bigger. That's not correct. So it's a reproduction cover. Obviously rims and tires are not correct. Motor looks beautiful. It's been painted. These are definitely Meyer fenders. I love Jesse Meyer. Puts out an outstanding product. I'm not saying anything negative about the product, but for value-wise on a machine, you want OEM fenders to bring the big money. I don't know what's going on up here with this little hole in the dash pad. Look at the decals, like they don't match the tank color. That should be a match. So more than likely these are not blue line decals from Bruce Allman, our good friend, or the color is way off, but the color matches the fenders. So I'm saying it's they cheaped out on getting decals. Is this a $6,050 machine? No. Really clean, really nice. But somebody overpaid pretty good for that. And if they had to pay $605 on top of that as a 10% fee. Now, $4,400 on this little pink number. At that price, you know, obviously not correct rims and tires. It's fully custom. Maybe not fully, but the color's custom. At that price, you're probably into it about that much. Because I've been working on a machine with Bennett. You know, a set of fenders from Meyer, new from Meyer, are, I don't know, $300 to pay to have a tank restored. At least $300, as much as $500. I need to pause just a second. Okay, I'm back. I had some background noise. But you can get into one of these for that amount. You know, there's probably not a lot of profit margin, especially when you're factoring in labor. I don't have a lot to pick apart on this. Like, what is done here looks very nice. They did this with care and attention to detail. I feel like I heard a cat. Okay, so that's all I have to say about this little pink number. We have a nice 85 250R here. So it appears, $6,600. Let's go to full screen. Now here's what I'm seeing on this. So we'll just start. Headlight bezel. You see these two rivets here? That is a Meyer headlight bezel. You see the fender, how the lines aren't crisp. This is a Meyer fender. These fork boots, not correct. This is a, you know, less than 50% life, tread life on the front tire. Red handlebars, obviously not stock. You have not stock grips. Now, I'm not saying everything's got to be stock. But if you want to command top dollar, you want everything stock. FMF pipe, obviously not stock. These are Meyer shrouds. You can tell they don't match the tank color perfectly. 86 style decals on this, but this is an 85. How do we know it's an 85? Well, one indicator, it's got 250R on the seat, and it's the thinner seat height-wise. The top triple is the aluminum color, indicative of 85. You can see down here the back brake caliper has that forward linkage. Looks like an 80, so that also says 85. The gas cap is 85. The headlight shell is 85. What else is wrong here? The grab bar is aftermarket. This is an original front tire, but these rear tires are reproductions. These are Serwa. I scrutinized this earlier, and I could zoomed in and could see that these are Serwa tires. Great looking tires. They look just like factory, but they're not. The decal ATC 250R. So this person who did this didn't know that that should be offset to the right. It's a respectable machine, don't get me wrong, and I would say $6,600. The seller, if the seller had to pay 10% back, so they're just under $6,000 for what they've done to this machine. It's not bad. Would I pay that? No. Fork boots aren't right. I think I said that. Oh, oops, that takes you the wrong way. Just noticing this, I wanted to share with you. These rear rims are TRX style rims. See how fat the lip is there? That should be more like the front rim here. This is ATC style. This is TRX style. Great rider. Is it a good deal, bad deal? It's probably a fair deal. Okay. Look at this little guy. So that one sold for $6,600. Now we got $8,250 on this 83. Now this is one that I haven't scrutinized yet. So immediately I'm noticing it has an 86 style Meyer headlight with an LED in it. So that's not correct. Front tire is not correct. Rear tire is not correct. Looks really clean though. Tastefully done. Grab bar is not correct. The motor looks freshly painted and clean. The tank scoops look very good. These were recently reproduced by somebody, I don't know who. It is missing its little tool kit in the back here. Motor looks nice. This decal's got a little crinkle here. I don't know. So these are not, yeah, okay. Here's why there's a crinkle here. These are Meyer. The real OEM fender should come all the way up to the tank. So they're trying to crowd this decal into the space where it's not going to fit. And that's why there's no toolkit, because the OEM fenders don't have, the aftermarket fenders don't have the spot for the toolkit to screw into. Axle is gold. All right. I don't know that I'd want that, but the mount too. Good for you. Now, if you had a used machine with clean OEM fenders at home that you could swap out and put this on, or put on this machine, I don't know. Knowing now that it's Meyer fenders, Meyer headlight, gold handlebars. Is this gold edition? Mr. Twisted do this? No. Because every nut and bolt would be gold. So, $8,250, you overpaid. It's respectable. Extensive nut and bolt restoration. Red paint and plastic, correct original gold wheels. Yep. We'll agree with you on that. Okay. Next, moving on. Banshees, I don't know. Little mini bikes, don't really know. Redline Revolt. Never heard of it, but it looks Pilot-esque. Saturday we had a Ducati sell. Tuesday, we're getting into the meat of it here. Some mini bikes. What are these going for? 2,200, 3,500, 23. Okay, 85 350X. I like 350Xs. I don't know if anybody knew that. What's this say? Frame up restoration. Sandblasted and powder-coated frame. Original steel tank was stripped of bare metal, you don't say. Then it was painted with base clear urethane. 4-stroke single-cylinder engine with OEM exhaust. 6-speed manual transmission. New seat cover. 3 new tires on OEM wheels. Sold with bill of sale. Okay. And what was the price? $8,800. That's a lot of money. I'm sure it's worth it. Let's find out. Okay. None of these tires are OEM. And none of them are that great. Oh, now why'd you do that? Fork boots. I cannot tell if that's a OEM fork boot from this angle. Meyer rear fender. Just about, no, it's not the ugliest seat cover you can get, but you can get a lot nicer looking ones that don't have seams. 86 style tank decal, so he went through all that work to repaint the tank, but then put the wrong tank decal on it. It's got no front sprocket cover here. It's got this beautiful red chain. The best chain on eBay you can buy. Aftermarket handlebars. OEM exhaust, but no heat shield. Get another view of the side. OEM grab bar. Not horrible. Oh, I love these. You're going to see a lot of these coming up. The red foot peg bolts. This guy has done a number of machines. Red chain, red fork peg, foot peg bolts are his signature. That's how he signs his restorations, I think. 86 style on-off switch, because you can buy those right on eBay. I bet he didn't fix the wiring, so run is off and off is run. Look at the size of this master cylinder. That's large and in charge. Not the correct perch for your clutch lever. But you can put a mirror in this thing. It's got the screw in for a mirror. So, I don't know. I wouldn't want this. Oh, let's go back real quick. I think I just saw something. Okay, so look at this. So when you paint a motor, some of the telltale signs, like this, center cap for the flywheel, and then this viewing window here, these should be aluminum color, as should the heads of the bolts be aluminum color, and the edge of the fins here. So this motor's just been painted black, pulled out, painted black. These are OEM grips, but they're not OEM bars, so you end up with this hole in the end. He couldn't put the bar end in because there's nothing to screw it into. So the guy that paid $8,800 for this thing, if you just held out and looked at other places, you would have found a much more original, cleaner machine for $8,800 bucks. What date were we on? Let's go back. Okay, $7,700 for an 86 200X. Boy, I hope it's a good one. Oh, this one's got the signature. You can tell. Can I zoom in? Where's my little... I can't get there. It's a red chain, red foot peg bolt, 86 250R front headlight bezel, but it's an original one. Okay, that's OEM. All right, it's wrong tire. I would never put that front tire on that machine, but okay. Aftermarket seat cover, OEM handlebars. It's got the massive front master cylinder. That looks ridiculous. The guy really likes the Sun F tires and the red chains and red foot peg bolts. But it's oh Would you stop it? It's OEM tires, or OEM fenders on the rear. Is it? We'll know as we get to the other side. That's how the motor should look. See? Aluminum, aluminum. You can see the nuts, the bolts. Inline fuel filter. I don't know why people do that. It's got the toolkit. These are painted black. Guess you want them to blend in. No skid plate. Axle looks clean. No, these are Meyer fenders. Take it back. The headlight is OEM. The fenders are Meyer. Can I get another one on the side there? That master cylinder is wrong. But one of the better machines we've looked at so far. Painted the kicker black. Now, let's see. What did it remind me what they paid? $7,700 for this. No. Nope. Man. $4,000 on a good day, maybe. In the private market. Bless their hearts. And we got the 86 white fendered big red. Big white. Man, that is not politically correct. So we've got some custom decals here. Obviously, it's white, so you're not going to have OEM white fenders. The tank, so you got to paint the tank and the front triple to do this. And don't those look like they're two different colors? So, I forget what the price was on this. You got a bend in the rear rack. You got a little wiggle in the front rack. You have tail light lenses you got from Tractor Supply. This is an eBay switch, and I think that's one of the ones that's wired wrong. On is off and off is on. I mean, I guess you gotta really want this thing. Big white, yeah, good for you. Good for you. What else? I don't know. Let's remind ourselves what the price was. $7,700. God bless him. You could build that a lot better for less than that. If you knew what you were doing. 85 250 SX. 8250. Meyer rears, looks like Meyer. Look at the tank color. And are these dents right here? And the decal placement is way off. You can see the color is way off. This is horrible. Meyer headlight shell. Like, what did these things look like when they started? The seat cover's bad. I mean, I call it bad. It's just got the seams in it. You can make it look so much nicer just with the same amount of effort. It's not even more effort. It's just better effort. You got a 250X, 300EX taillight on this. Don't know what that was. Sorry for any noises in the background. Our laundry room is on the other side of the wall. I don't know. I feel like I've seen enough of this thing. None of the tires are right. 8250. That's atrocious. That's atrocious. That today's market's high, but I couldn't sell that for $2,500 to anybody. No one would pay it. But somebody paid $82.50. I don't know if it's just that they can't. These people have bad eyesight. I don't know. I don't know about Warriors other than they're wildly underpowered compared to a 350X. Ducatis, no. We got a little white 70 here. $6,600 on a white 70. I don't know. It's not tricked out. It's got some bead locks on it. That's as high performance as this thing gets. I do like those decals on the white tank. I think that looks sharp. Is this a $6,600 machine? even with the tank looking like that? No. So that's the older style cap. But it's got a raise. I think it's maybe an aftermarket cap. Cap's not right. We'll say that. We know that. And it should have a dash pad in 84. See these two little bolt mounts there? So this thing sold for $6,600, missing a dash pad. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. And you got this custom color 79, sold for $46.75. I don't know that I care for this. It's got an 83 style, kind of hockey stick looking stripe on the tank, orange fenders. $46.75. If you've ever put these type of tires and rims on a 70, they ride like garbage. They're so hard. You know, there's no give anymore. Don't do it. I don't recommend it. Oh, this has got a page 2. Did these other ones have page 2s? Have I been missing out? I don't know any of these motorcycles. Look at this guy. 2010 homemade HLE Trike. 7,700. Why buy a 250SX that's garbage, has a ridiculous restoration on it, when you can have this thing? Wow. Okay. Is that a good deal? It's a steal compared to what we were seeing elsewhere. All right, what day are we on? Tuesday. Let's go back to Saturday. Let's go back to Friday. Was there a page 2? There wasn't. Okay. Wednesday. All right, more 70s. We're not going to pick these apart. These are going for cheaper. Probably people are running out of money at this point. Like you can see on this one, you know, the decal's got a red background, intended to go on a red machine, but it's on a black machine, so you can see the red. There's other options. Like, you don't have to do that. This guy's got a 140 in it, still only for $35.20. Like, to buy a 70 and do all this work to it, you're probably into it for that much. So the seller on that machine probably didn't make much, unless he had all that stuff laying around or got it with a lot of stuff. 88 250R for $8,800. Okay, Meyer fenders, I can tell because it's got the extra bolt holes in the front. OEM would have no bolt holes. They wouldn't be as rounded. Aftermarket grab bar in the front. It's got OEM rear tires, but not OEM fronts. You can still buy OEM fronts. Why wouldn't you put them on it? Oh, red chain. I think it's our boy. It is our boy. No sprocket cover on the front. Seamed seat cover. Man, if I could see the... Well, look at how horrible these decals look. That is probably the cheapest decal that this guy probably could have got. This guy's really a hack. Maybe this is as good as he can do it, but... Oh! I don't know. But maybe you don't need to shift this motor. Maybe it's like automatic, and it doesn't have a engine skid plate. Doesn't have a shifter. It's got some Allen head motor mount bolts. Oh my gosh, dude. No rear skid plate. I really feel bad for the people buying the machines that this guy restores, because they're getting raked over the coals. Where's their handlebar? Where's their handlebar picture? Is there a keyed ignition on this? I don't think there is. There should be. There should be a little dash, so it's missing the dash. I think the cat is stuck in the laundry room. If you hear any meowing, that's what that is. Can't interrupt this video though. 87 250R, 93.50. So this one goes for more than that one. Hopefully it's better. All right, I'm gonna pause the video and let the cat out. Okay, 87 250R. So let's look at this guy. 93.50. Okay, I have a feeling it's our boy because we got the Sun F rear tires and these on the front. That's his go-to move. Meyer fenders. The motor has been repainted, but it's a little too bright. That's not quite the right color. So 87 had 4 tracks up here, but not 4. No, 87 had 4 tracks on the seat, but not 4 tracks up here. So he's got the wrong decals on it. Whatever China eBay decal seller he's using is wrong. This shouldn't have a dash pad, but it's got the tabs like it should. So maybe he's mixed up some tabs. He's got the massive front brake reservoir, master up there, aftermarket grab bars, front and rear. He got the red chain. Oh, he's got the red fork bolts, or not fork bolts, flip peg bolts. Bless his heart. And he's laughing all the way to the bank. Just putting out garbage product. 93.50. And that's not even the worst thing. How do I get back? Do I click this? So we get into this 86 250R, 7700. We can tell by the tires it's the same guy. Use the same paint on the motor. It's fine. It looks clean. It's just a little too bright. Meyer fenders. You can tell it's got the rivets here. It's got non-OEM fork boots. They're a little short. This almost gets you there. Not quite. Seat cover looks like garbage because the letters are all bunched up here at the top. That's not how it should be. The rim color looks a little off. I don't know if that's not the factory anodizing. What is this? You know, you can't even get the barcode sticker off the tire. You leave that on so people know it's new. Is that the move? I think that's what he's going for. Got the red chain bandit. So your front sprocket cover, this is supposed to be an 86. But that's an 85 style sprocket cover. Can't quite see the carb well enough. Oh, he painted the knob on the master, or on the rear shock adjustment here. The front brake caliper is fluted like an 85, and the disc is 85 style. So now it makes me wonder, is this an 85 that's been changed up to look like an 86? The top triple is black, and that should be. But let's see if there's other indicators. Master cylinder back here is not OEM. Got the red foot peg bolts. I can't tell. That one might be OEM Honda, but this one definitely isn't. The attention to detail is horrible. The swing arm appears to be 86, you know, with the brake setup. So it's got OEM expansion chamber, DG silencer. You got your 250X, 300EX taillight here, no skid plate. Axle looks decent. You got black hubs when they should be gold. Does this one have a shifter? Did we check that? Master cylinder is large, but I think it's smaller than the other ones we've been seeing. Let's confirm. It does have a shifter. Whew. Okay. Bless his heart. Oh my gosh. All right. We got another, now we got an 85. 93.50, guys. Is this a $9,350 machine? No, I can tell you right now it's not. Meyer all the way around. Massive master cylinder. It does have black foot peg bolts, so that's something. Same tire combo. Probably got quantity discount on all these. 85 brake, FMF silencer. Hubs off a 350X, it looks like. No skid plate. Aftermarket grab bar. Seat cover that has the most seams you could possibly have. This is supposed to be an 85, but he put the 86 style on-off run switch on aftermarket bars with the wrong perch, clutch lever perch. 85 style gas cap with no vent hose. No front sprocket cover. No front brake caliper. No front brake caliper. $9,350. Doesn't even have a front brake caliper on this thing. Are you kidding me? I know who this seller is. How do I get back? And I'll tell you this. This is probably why he stopped selling privately out of the candy shop, because these are so atrocious. Now this is the one that sparked this whole video. 86 350X, $16,500. Now this is why this is garbage. Is it a nice machine? Yeah. On the private market, somebody would probably pay $5,000 to $6,000 for this. And they'd be overpaying at that level. But the fact that there's a 1 in front of that, it's ridiculous, and here's why. So this isn't the first picture. This is the first picture. So right off the bat, look at these fork boots. What is going on here? I think these are the $19 Amazon fork boots that you can buy. Stretched out to fit over that or tighten back down. He's got a standard front tire. He's got different rear tires on there. Now this is an 86. This is supposed to be an 86. And you're like, well, it's got a black top triple. Yep. But it's got an 85 style front caliper. It's got an 85 style rotor. That's not an 86 rim. Can't see in here well enough. Your front sprocket cover is 85 style. And if this was an 86 motor, you'd see the clutch cover come down and go around the back of the jug. But you don't see that because that's not an 86 motor. That's an 85 motor. Everything about this screams 85, branded as an 86. He did manage to get the right look on the decal. These tank shrouds puzzle me because these are 85 style tank shrouds. But if you bought them from Meyer, they'd be 86 style, unless Meyer started offering other ones that I'm not aware of. It doesn't have the brake hose guide for the top. The bottom one, I don't know what's going on with that one. We'll see that in a different angle. It's got the 4 square foot brake reservoir up there. You got the red chain, because why not? You buy them by the dozen, so you might as well use them. Nice seamed seat cover. The decals are, you know, I think Bruce is the only one doing this, so we probably got these decals from Bruce. But there are definitely ones he is not getting from Bruce. It's got an OEM grab bar. I give you that. No bar ends. Couldn't do them because they're aftermarket handlebars. For $16,500, you want immaculate. I'd want immaculate. I don't want a DG pipe. I can get one of those off Amazon right now. Look at, all right, down here. See the back brake caliper comes down, and this linkage, that's an 85. And look up here, see this? This is your clutch cable coming back here, just like it does on an 85. So he's misbranded this, or he's mislabeled it. So this is an 85. He's done up to look like an 86. And some poor guy just paid $16,500 for this. Unreal. Unreal. Should be ashamed of himself for doing that. Okay. Quadzillas, I don't know. 11 grand. Oh shoot, if this thing went for 16.5, I'm surprised that Quadzilla went that cheap. What else we got here? Motorcycles are on Wednesday, Thursday. So this was today. An 82 done up to look like a 83 Christmas special. Only for $3,300. So here's how you know this is Meyer fenders. Because see the front fender? See how it's raised here on the outside? So that's 85 style. And when you buy fenders, ATC 70 fenders from Meyer, that's what you get. And they're great fenders. The color, when it comes to being a Christmas special, is a little bit off. There's a nice, respectable machine. Would I want to pay $3,300 for it and then have to pay 10% auction fee? Definitely not. But it's decent enough. It's not the atrocity that 350X was. Oh my gosh. A little TRX for $3,575. That's probably high. Nice little 185S with original tires. Look at this motor. I think that's all silver paint. You know, there's no difference between the center cases and the outer case. Like, this is supposed to be aluminum silver color. I think they just spray bombed everything. Don't you think? Those decals are definitely not original, and they're definitely not blue line. I think the same paint on the motor is on the rims. It's very overly silver. But you know why this went for $4,400? Rare Bassani, right there. I mean, it's worth all the money. The seat cover perplexes me. It's sort of OEM, but doesn't look right. No exhaust guard, but if it's a Rare Bassani, they probably didn't come with one. Okay, here's a close-up of the motor. Is this overspray right here? If it is, that's a shame, because you could take that off. That like just pops off. Yeah, that whole motor was spray bombed. He's got some Allen head bolts up here. $4,400. No way. No way. So that takes us through Thursday. Friday's got nothing. Saturday we got more minis and some other things I don't know about. And Sunday, that's when they bring the big guns out. They got the Polaris going on. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. What day was that? Tuesday was the big day. $16,500 350X. And these are all done by the same guy. There's all sorts of indicators that, you know, the same person did each one of these, that he's laughing all the way to the bank. But in my opinion, you got to be ashamed of yourself, because you're putting out garbage product. Like, really. But you don't care. I mean, when you're doing this, you don't care. It's not about the machines. It's about the dollars. So I saw this and I needed to make this video. I wanted to point out, you know, because I show you in my videos how I'm striving to have originality, and I don't usually talk about values on my machines because, you know, next year the values could change and the year after that. So, but as of today, January, what was it, the 12th? January 12th, 2023, a 350X An 85 350X branded as an 86 sold for $16,500 on Mecum. And it's garbage. That's it. That's it for me. I just wanted to share this with you, and hope you enjoyed it. If you got any questions about what I said, feel free to put them in the comments. Make sure to check out, my buyer's guide videos or my comparison videos to see what these machines are actually supposed to look like. And I appreciate you guys tuning in, and hopefully you enjoyed this. Have a great night.